7 space pictures you think are fake. Have you ever seen a picture so unreal that you thought it had to be fake? From glowing clouds that look like jellyfish to storms that form perfect hexagons, the universe is full of sights that look straight out of science fiction, but every one of them is real. These are not computer effects or Photoshop tricks. They are the most unbelievable, breathtaking images ever captured by human eyes. Today, we're exploring the 7 space photos that prove reality is far stranger and far more beautiful than imagination itself. Number 1. The Pillars of Creation. The Pillars of Creation are one of the most famous space pictures ever taken. They are found inside a large cloud of gas and dust called the Eagle Nebula. These tall columns are made of cold gas and dust, and they are actually star nurseries. That means new stars are being born inside them. The Hubble Space Telescope took the first picture of the Pillars of Creation in 1995. The image showed huge towers that looked like they were reaching up into space. Later, Hubble took another clearer image using better cameras. Then, the James Webb Space Telescope took its own photo using infrared light. Infrared can see through the dust, so it showed many more young stars hidden inside the pillars that Hubble could not see. The tallest pillar is around 4 light-years long, which means it is much bigger than our entire solar system. The light from nearby young stars shines on the pillars, slowly burning away the gas and shaping the towers. Over time, the ultraviolet light from these stars will destroy the pillars completely. Even though the colors in the image look amazing, they are not fake. The colors show different gases glowing under strong starlight. Scientists use these colors to study what the pillars are made of. These pictures help us understand how stars form when thick clouds of gas collapse under their own gravity. So, when you look at the Pillars of Creation, you are actually looking at a place where stars are being born right now, deep inside space. Number 2. The first real black hole photo. In April 2019, the world saw something never seen before, a real picture of a black hole. The image showed a glowing orange ring with a dark center. The dark part is the black hole's shadow, a place where light cannot escape. This black hole is found in a galaxy called M87, which is about 55 million light-years away. It is supermassive, holding millions of times more mass than our Sun. The photo was made by the Event Horizon Telescope, a group of radio telescopes placed all around the world. Together, they acted like one giant Earth-sized telescope. Instead of using one camera, scientists combined radio signals collected from all those telescopes and turned them into one image using computer data. The bright orange ring we see is gas spinning around the black hole at almost the speed of light. The gas becomes so hot that it glows brightly before it disappears forever. The dark center is the shadow the black hole casts on this glowing gas. It is not the event horizon itself, but it shows where the boundary of the black hole lies. This image proved that black holes really look the way Einstein's theory predicted 100 years ago. Number 3. The blue sunset on Mars. Sunsets on Mars look very different from sunsets on Earth. When the sun sets on Earth, the sky turns red or orange, but on Mars the sunset looks blue. This happens because of how dust in the Martian air spreads light. The air on Mars is filled with tiny dust particles that are much smaller and finer than dust on Earth. When sunlight passes through the Martian air, the red and yellow colors spread out in all directions. The blue light, however, goes straight through and stays near the sun. That is why the area around the setting sun looks blue, while the rest of the sky stays reddish. Cameras from Mars rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have taken real pictures of this blue glow. The photos show a soft blue light shining around the sun as it sinks below the horizon. These images are not only beautiful, they also help scientists learn about the dust and weather on Mars. By studying how light changes during sunsets, scientists can understand what the air on Mars is made of and how dust moves across the planet. This helps them plan future missions and protect the equipment on Mars from dust storms. Number 4. The Eye of God Nebula. The Helix Nebula, often called the Eye of God, is one of the most stunning sights in space. It sits in the constellation Aquarius, about 655 light-years away from Earth. The nickname comes from how it looks, a glowing blue eye staring back from the darkness of space. This amazing image is not a drawing or a fake. It is a real picture of a dying star surrounded by clouds of gas and dust. The helix is what scientists call a planetary nebula. That term does not mean it has planets. It means it was once a star like our sun that ran out of fuel. When that happened, the star shed its outer layers, creating a huge glowing ring of gas that spreads for several light years across. At the center of that ring is a small, extremely hot white dwarf. This white dwarf is what remains of the old star, and its light makes the gas around it glow in brilliant colors. Inside the nebula are thousands of comet-shaped knots of gas and dust. These look like small blobs with tails pointing away from the center. Scientists believe these knots were formed as the star's outer layers were pushed away. Studying them helps astronomers understand how stars die and how the material from old stars becomes part of new stars and planets. The colors seen in the famous images come from different gases. Oxygen glows blue-green, hydrogen glows red, and nitrogen gives off a pinkish light. When you see pictures of the Eye of God, you are looking at a star's final breath, frozen in time, shining across hundreds of years through the quiet vacuum of space. Number 5. Saturn's perfect hexagon storm. At the North Pole of Saturn lies one of the strangest features ever found in our solar system, a huge, six-sided storm known as the Hexagon. It was first spotted in 1981 by NASA's Voyager spacecraft, and decades later, the Cassini mission gave us close-up photos that left scientists amazed. The Hexagon is a giant jet stream spinning around the pole at incredible speeds, and it somehow forms a perfect geometric shape that never breaks apart. The Hexagon is enormous. Its diameter stretches more than 24,000 kilometers, which means it could fit about 2 Earths across. The winds inside it move at nearly 300 miles per hour, carrying bands of gas that swirl and twist in smooth, sharp lines. In the center of the Hexagon is a massive circular storm, like an eye, that spins in the opposite direction. Scientists have tried for years to understand how such a perfect shape can form naturally. In lab tests, when fluids rotate at different speeds in a spinning container, they sometimes create similar polygon patterns. Saturn's fast rotation and thick, layered atmosphere help lock the shape in place. Data from Cassini also showed that the Hexagon goes deep into the planet's atmosphere, not just on the surface, which means it is powered by powerful forces from within. What makes it even more fascinating is how stable it is. The shape has stayed the same for more than 40 years since it was first seen. The Hexagon shows how the universe can create order out of chaos. It is a storm, but one that moves with perfect precision, like a cosmic dance choreographed by nature itself. Number 6. The cosmic jellyfish. The Jellyfish Nebula, known as IC443, is what's left after a giant star exploded thousands of years ago. It sits about 5,000 light-years from Earth in the constellation Gemini. When the star reached the end of its life, it ran out of fuel and collapsed, then exploded in a massive supernova. That blast threw huge clouds of gas and dust into space, creating a glowing shape that looks like a jellyfish floating in the dark. The top part of the nebula forms what looks like the head, while the long strands below stretch out like tentacles. These are made of superheated gas that is still expanding outward from the explosion. The gases glow because the shock waves from the explosion keep energizing them. Telescopes that see different types of light, such as X-rays, visible light, and radio waves, reveal the full beauty of this nebula. When scientists combine those images, they can see how different layers of gas move and change. At the center of the Jellyfish Nebula is something even more fascinating: a small, super-dense neutron star. This is the leftover core of the star that exploded. It spins quickly and gives off strong magnetic winds that shape the nebula's structure. These winds push against the gas, creating those glowing strands and strange knots that make it look alive. Every part of the nebula tells a story about destruction and creation. The explosion scattered heavy elements like oxygen and iron into space, materials that later help form new stars and planets. When we look at the Jellyfish Nebula, we are seeing the result of a cosmic event that ended one star's life but helped seed the birth of countless new ones. Number 7. The cosmic hand of a dead star. One of the most mysterious and haunting pictures ever taken in space is called the Hand of God. The image shows what looks like a giant hand reaching across the stars. It is not a real hand, of course, but a cloud of gas and dust shaped by the energy of a dead star. The object is called PSRB 1509-58, a fast-spinning neutron star that was formed when a massive star exploded in a supernova. After the explosion, the core of the star collapsed into a neutron star only a few miles wide. This tiny object spins several times per second and gives off powerful winds made of charged particles. Those winds crash into the gas and dust left behind from the explosion, creating shapes that glow in X-rays. NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory took the famous image that shows the hand shape, with fingers that seem to stretch out in space. Each finger is actually a stream of high-energy particles pushed by the neutron star's magnetic field. The bright spots mark areas where these particles hit denser gas and light up like sparks. The darker areas are where the gas is cooler or thinner. Scientists think the strange shape is created by the way the pulsar's wind interacts unevenly with the surrounding material. The Hand of God is a perfect example of how nature can form shapes that our minds recognize. Our brains see patterns and turn them into something familiar. Space creates its own art through color, shape, and motion. No filters needed. Which of these cosmic wonders amazed you the most? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on your notification button so you don't miss out on our next video on the 10 inventions we are using wrong.